You already know this feeling. You gave your time, you gave your effort, you stayed available, you replied to every message, you showed up every single time. And somehow, instead of bringing her closer, it made everything feel worse. The more you gave, the less it seemed to matter. And now you are left sitting with that heavy question in your chest, wondering what exactly went wrong. This message is going to answer that. Not with manipulation, not with mind games, not with childish tactics, but with something honest, something grounded, something that finally explains what so many men feel but cannot put into words. If this kind of truth speaks to you, subscribe. This channel is for men who are done pretending, men who want clarity, depth, and real growth. Now let's get into it. Let me begin with something uncomfortable. When a man makes himself too available, he usually thinks he is being caring. He thinks he is being loyal. He thinks he is proving love. But many times he is not operating from love. He is operating from fear. Fear of silence, fear of distance, fear of losing the connection, fear of what it might mean if he is not constantly present. And fear never stays hidden. It leaks out. It shows in the speed of your replies. It shows in the extra message you did not need to send. It shows in the call you made just to check if everything was still okay. It shows in the way you keep showing up, not from peace, but from panic. And here's the truth that many men do not want to hear. People rarely value what is always available, not because they are heartless, not because they are evil, but because the human mind understands value through contrast. You notice air when breathing becomes difficult. You notice peace when noise has exhausted you. And you notice a person when their presence is no longer constant. That is not manipulation. That is not some dating trick. That is simply how value often works in human experience. And the sooner you understand that, the sooner things begin to make sense. Now let's go deeper, because the real issue is not availability by itself. The real issue is identity. Most men who struggle with being too available do not actually have a woman problem. They have a self problem. They do not know who they are when nobody is watching. They do not know what they truly want when no one is asking them. They have built their self-worth around being needed, being chosen, being useful, being present enough that maybe someone will finally stay. But that is a weak foundation. That is not grounded masculinity. That is emotional performance. And people can feel the difference. A man who knows who he is does not need to prove his value every 5 minutes. He does not need to answer instantly just to keep the connection alive. He does not need to cancel his own plans to show that he cares. He does not need to hover, monitor, or constantly check the emotional temperature of the relationship. Why? Because he trusts himself. He trusts his own worth. He trusts that the right person will recognize his value without him having to beg for it, sell it, or overperform it. And if someone cannot see him clearly, he does not destroy himself trying harder. That is identity. That is where this begins. Now let's talk about disappearing, because this part gets misunderstood. I am not telling you to vanish just to create confusion. I am not telling you to ignore people on purpose. I am not telling you to become cold, distant, or emotionally unavailable. That is shallow, that is immature, that is not the point. The real disappearing is something else. It is disappearing into your own life, into your work, into your purpose, into your growth, into your discipline, into the man you are trying to become. When a man genuinely pulls his attention back, not to punish anyone, but because he is focused on building something real, something changes in him. His energy shifts, his posture shifts, his words carry more weight, his presence feels different. There is depth in him. There is gravity in him. There is a quiet sense that he is not waiting around. He is not hovering over his phone. He is not living in emotional suspense. He is somewhere within his own life building. And people feel that. That quiet focus is powerful. Not because it is calculated, but because it is real. Real attraction cannot be faked. You cannot manipulate someone into deeply respecting you. You cannot perform your way into true emotional weight. Real attraction is a response to something genuine. And what is genuinely attractive in a man is not how available he is. It is not how often he calls. It is not how quickly he replies. It is the sense that his life already has direction, that he has somewhere to be, that he has something to do, that he is moving towards something meaningful, that he is not standing still waiting for another person to give his life significance. When a woman feels that a man's life is full, she does not feel like she is doing him a favor by staying near him. She feels like she is being allowed into something valuable. That is a completely different energy. And it begins in small places. It begins in how you use your mornings. It begins in how seriously you treat your time. It begins in whether your life is something worth returning to or something you are constantly trying to escape. Now we need to talk about self-respect, because this is the center of everything. Self-respect is not pride, it is not arrogance, it is not being rude or emotionally closed. Self-respect is the calm decision that your time matters, your energy matters, your presence matters, and because it matters, it cannot be handed out endlessly to people who do not know how to value it. Most men were never taught this. They were taught to chase. They were taught to try harder. They were taught that if someone becomes distant, the answer is to lean in more, text more, explain more, prove more, give more. And each time they do that from desperation, they lose a little more of themselves. Not because effort is bad, not because caring is wrong, but because desperate effort sends a message. It says, I do not believe I am enough as I am. And people feel that. They sense the hunger, they sense the need, they sense that you are not offering your presence from fullness, but from emptiness. An emptiness that begs to be filled pushes people away. Not because people are cruel, but because value responds to value. Real scarcity creates desire, not fake scarcity, not delayed replies used as strategy, not calculated distance. Real scarcity, the kind that comes from a man who actually has something going on, a man who does not have endless hours to spend convincing someone to appreciate him, a man who wakes up with direction because he has decided his life matters. That man protects his goals, he protects his routine, he protects his peace. He has a vision for his future that does not stop every time someone becomes unsure of him. When someone pulls back, he does not panic. He does not rush in to repair something that may not even be his to repair. He continues, he keeps building, he keeps moving, he keeps becoming, and he trusts that his direction will either draw the right people in or expose the wrong ones. Either way, he wins clarity. That is the kind of man who makes people stop and think about what they lost when they took him lightly. Not because he created that effect on purpose, but because he was too committed to becoming himself to stay stuck waiting for approval. And this brings us to something many men feel but rarely name. The feeling of shrinking. You know that feeling. The moment you realize you have been reducing yourself, you stop talking about the things that mattered to you. You stop making time for the dreams that once made you feel alive. You stopped being fully honest because honesty felt risky. You started shaping yourself into the version you thought someone else would like. And little by little, you became smaller, maybe not in the world's eyes, but in your own. That is the real tragedy. Not that someone pulled away, not that a relationship became uncertain. The real tragedy is that you slowly moved yourself out of the center of your own story and handed that position to someone else. Once that happens, you become secondary in your own life. You wait, you react, you adjust, you hope, you monitor, you lose your center. And over time, that becomes exhausting because deep down, you know you were not meant to live like that. You were not meant to be a supporting character in your own life. Now, let's clear something up about masculine grounding. Grounding is not aggression. It is not dominance. It is not emotional numbness. Grounding is stability. It is the ability to feel anxiety without letting anxiety control your actions. It is the ability to feel desire without becoming desperate for it. It is the ability to stand in uncertainty without collapsing inside it. That is rare. Most men have never learned it because they always relied on something outside themselves to keep them steady. A relationship, validation, approval, attention, constant communication. So when that thing shakes or disappears, they fall apart. Why? Because they were leaning the whole time. They were never standing fully on their own. The man who disappears in the right way is not trying to hurt anyone. He is simply realizing that his wholeness cannot come from borrowed affection. It has to be built quietly, slowly, honestly. And that kind of rebuilding requires solitude. It requires being alone with your own thoughts. It requires sitting in silence without trying to escape it. It requires facing the parts of yourself that you hoped love would hide. Because this is something many men need to hear clearly. A relationship will not fix what is broken inside you. It will reveal it more clearly. Every insecurity becomes louder. Every old wound becomes more sensitive. Every fear becomes easier to trigger. And if you do not do your inner work, the relationship does not heal those things. It amplifies them. That is why going inward matters. That is why silence matters. That is why a man must sometimes pull back from chasing and turn his attention toward himself. When he does that sincerely, something powerful begins to happen. He stops needing to be constantly understood, not because he becomes cold, but because he understands himself deeply enough that he no longer needs endless outside confirmation. He stops obsessing over being chosen, not because he no longer wants connection, but because he is no longer trying to use connection to escape emptiness. He is moving toward fullness, and that shift changes everything. It changes how he speaks. It changes how he walks into a room. It changes how he responds to uncertainty. It changes how people feel around him. Because what they feel is not performance, it is substance. There is a man who chases everything. Every flicker of attention pulls him in. Every mood change makes him adjust. Every silence makes him nervous. He stays available all the time, responds immediately. overextends constantly, and still somehow gets taken for granted. Then there is another man. He builds, he moves toward his own vision. He does not bend himself for every emotional wave. He is present when it aligns with his life. He is absent when his life requires his attention elsewhere. And somehow, without trying, he becomes unforgettable. Not because he played a role, but because he could not be taken lightly. Not the man who is always there, the man who truly matters when he is there. That is the difference. Without purpose, disappearing means nothing. It just becomes loneliness. It becomes emptiness with no direction. But disappearing into purpose is transformation. Disappearing into your craft, into your health, into your mission, into your growth. That changes a man from the inside out. A man with purpose does not need to chase endlessly because his life already demands something from him. He is not pretending to be busy. He is genuinely occupied by things that matter. And that gives him center. It gives him gravity. It gives him something solid to return to whenever life becomes uncertain. Because uncertainty never fully disappears. There will always be mixed signals. There will always be delays, doubts, unanswered questions, and changing emotions. The purposeless man gets consumed by that uncertainty. He lies awake replaying conversations. He overthinks every detail. He turns one delayed reply into a crisis. But the man with purpose carries uncertainty differently. He notices it, but it does not dominate him. Why? Because he has something bigger to return to. Something else asking for his attention. Something else calling him forward. The uncertainty stays where it belongs, small compared to the larger life he is creating. And now I want to speak directly to the man who already knows, deep down, that what he is experiencing does not honor him. The man who knows he has been giving more than he receives. The man who knows he has been waiting too long. The man who knows he has been pouring himself into a situation that keeps leaving him emptier. Hear this clearly. You are allowed to stop. You are allowed to step back. You are allowed to turn your attention inward and rebuild the life you let weaken while focusing too much on someone else. That is not failure. That is reclaiming. Reclaim your attention. Reclaim your time. Reclaim your focus. Reclaim your energy. And watch how your life starts changing when you stop spending your deepest resources on people who do not know how to value them. Now, here is something important. The obsession that absence sometimes creates in another person is not the goal. But it does happen. And when it happens, it usually reveals something. It reveals how much of their own feeling of completeness had become dependent on your presence. When your presence is no longer constant, they feel the gap. They feel the silence. They suddenly remember your weight in their life. That can look like obsession. It can look like unexpected messages, random check-ins, late-night thoughts, renewed interest, sudden curiosity. But listen carefully. You are not trying to create that. You are not disappearing to make someone suffer. You are choosing yourself. You are choosing your life. You are choosing your growth. You are choosing integrity. You are choosing to become whole. And when that choice is made honestly, it always leads somewhere valuable. Not always where your ego wanted to go, but always where your life needs to go. The man who fully chooses himself does not need anyone to obsess over him to feel important. He is not trying to measure his worth by how much someone misses him. He already knows his worth. Why? Because he built it quietly, internally, consistently. And that kind of worth is freedom, real freedom. Not the freedom of pretending not to care, the freedom of not needing outside validation in order to feel complete. That does not mean he has no desires. It does not mean he values no one. It simply means that other people become meaningful additions to his life, not emotional requirements for survival. And strangely enough, that quiet sufficiency is exactly what makes a man unforgettable. You are not here to be constantly available. You are here to be meaningful. You are not here to make yourself endlessly reachable. You are here to become someone whose presence carries real weight. You are not here to chase connection by sacrificing yourself piece by piece. You are here to build a life so grounded, so purposeful, and so deeply your own that the right connection naturally finds its way toward you. So stop shrinking, stop waiting, stop reshaping yourself for people who have not earned that version of you. Disappear into your mission. Disappear into your growth. Disappear into the life that has been waiting for you to claim it. Become the man whose absence is felt, not because he designed it that way, but because his presence truly means something. And do not wait for tomorrow. Do not wait until you feel stronger. Do not wait until the situation becomes clearer. Do not wait until someone finally gives you permission. Start now. Start in the silence. Start in the stillness. Start in the private decision to turn inward and begin again. If something in this message reached you, if some part of it felt honest and true, subscribe to the channel. This space is for men who are serious about growth, men who are done performing, men who are ready to build a real life from the inside out. Come back again. There is more to uncover, more to rebuild, and more to become. And this journey, as difficult as it may be, is worth every step.